What's Happening Hoke show is filmed before a live audience and is brought to you by nunboys.com and GPS Photography and Video, gpsphotoandvideo.com.
I want to introduce another gentleman who called us. This gentleman here, I don't know much about him yet, but I'm about to find out. And you know, you can always tell a lot about a person by the way they talk. Not that they make promises, but the way they talk. But anyway, I want to, Dan, and I hope I pronounce his name right. If I don't, you correct me and make it right. Dan Travieso? Travieso. Okay, I came close. Okay. Dan is he's running for state senate, and he's running for state senate in District 21.
Thank you, Brandon. Good evening. Last month, I decided to throw my hat into the ring for state senate here in District 21. And for those of you who don't know, District 21 covers all of Hoke County, about a quarter of Cumberland County. Now, I'm sure all of you would agree with me that we should never vote on someone just because of their particular political affiliation. We should be voting on someone we should vote on the person that we most trust to represent us. Well, in order to trust someone, you need to know a little bit about them, and I understand most of the folks here don't know a darn thing about me. So my plan today is to fix that problem. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my past and explain to you why you should trust me to be your representative at the state legislature. Just like a lot of the folks here in our community, the Army brought me here more than 20 years ago. I spent a majority of my 10-year Army career on Fort Bragg with Special Operations Command. During that time, I deployed in support of peacekeeping missions in the Balkans, humanitarian missions in Haiti, in support of counter-narcotic operations in South America, and then after 9/11, of course, deployed numerous times to Afghanistan and Iraq. After about 10 years, and I left the Army, my wife and I decided that we wanted to make this community our permanent home. So we stayed. In the years since that time, I've risen to the position of Program Manager for L3 Communications, where I continue to support Special Operations Command, and I have about close to 200 employees working for me worldwide, with about 100 of them living here in Hoke and Cumberland County. I'm also president of DT Squared Consulting Services, where I work with small business owners in improving the performance of their business. I am a member of Fayetteville State University's Boots to Suits program, where we educate business leaders and hiring managers throughout the state of North Carolina on the value of hiring our veterans. I'm a member of the Membership Value Committee for the Greater Fayetteville Chamber of Commerce, where I advocate for all the small businesses on our community. Now, about a little more than 4 years ago, November 2012, I went to a little fire station off of 71st School Road, only about 6 miles up the road here across the county line. I went there to vote in the general election. And I would imagine some of you felt this way, but I know I did. When I looked at who was on the ballot for North Carolina State Senate, I was very disappointed because there was only one name on the ballot. Those of us in our community, we did not have a choice as to who was going to represent us in Raleigh. Let's fast forward 2 years. November 2014. I go back to that same fire station to vote, and guess what? Still one name on the ballot. We still did not have a choice as to who was going to represent us. Well, guess what, Rockfish? This year will be different. This year, you will have a choice as to who is going to represent you at the state legislature. I am running for North Carolina State Senate because it is time for real solutions. I'm not talking about these Band-Aids that sound good on sound bites or newspaper articles. We have new challenges in our community that require a fresh perspective and new leadership. this population in the state of North Carolina has grown tremendously over the years. We are now 9th in the country when it comes to population, North Carolina, and we're about to pass New Jersey and be the 8th largest state in the country. From 2010 to 2014, the population in North Carolina has grown by a little more than 4%. Now let's talk about Hoke County. And Sheriff, you correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm looking at the wrong numbers. But here in Hoke County, during that same 5-year span, the population grew by over 10%. 10%, that is twice as much as the rest of North Carolina. With all that growth, did Hoke County get the support it needed to improve the roads with all this additional traffic? No. Did the Hoke County education system get what they needed from the state to make improvements with all these additional students, our future generation? Did we help them? No. Did the burden on our healthcare system with the influx, with the additional veterans and elderly community, did it ease at all? No, it did not. We have real challenges in this community. The state legislature seems to be more focused on the big cities here in North Carolina. Their decisions are based on what's best for Raleigh, what's best for Charlotte. Well, let me tell you something. Here's another statistic, Sheriff, you correct me if I'm wrong. Our poverty level here in Hoke County sits at around 23%. Look around you. That means for every 4 people you're looking at, 1 of them is living in poverty. That is a real problem that should not be taking the back seat to Raleigh's or Charlotte or anyone else. The representative from District 21's job is to represent Hoke County and Cumberland County. I am running for state senate because it is time for real solutions. I have lived in this community for more than 2 decades. To quote John F. Kennedy, we should not be looking for the Republican answer or the Democrat answer. We should be looking for the right answer. My name is Dan Travieso, and I would appreciate your vote this November for state senate. Thank you.